Everybody, Zeb here. I got another deck here. I just finished that Fog of Dusk on Monday night. I just go over each of the cards that I drafted. It's kind of like a blue, black base with white splash constellation type deck that kind of mills, kind of stalls, kind of does some stuff. I'll go over each of the cards. I have a Brain Maggot, and then a Shipwreck Singer, and then a single Starfish, and the next Fleece Ram. Then I have a Servant, a Temerat, a Grim Guardian, Scholar Atheros, Nyxborn Triton, Adonis, River Trawler, and Riptide Chimera. Then for my 4-drops, I just have a Thassa's Emissary, and then I have 2 Thassa's Devourers and the Grey Merchant, and then a Shipbreaker, Kraken, and Arbiter of the Ideal. And then my non-creature spells, I ran 2 Traveler's Amulets, for mainly the splashing for white and making sure I get my land drops and stuff. Then a Retraction Helix, Fate Foretold, a Feast of Dreams, 2 Asphyxiates, and then a Hero's Downfall, and then a Nyx Infusion, and then a Faded Infatuation. I'm hoping to make another enchantment with like a Thassa's Devourer or some other thing that makes another enchantment or something. I don't know. But mainly with this deck, you kind of stall at the beginning. And then try to get as much enchantments out and stuff. Then you get like a Thassa's Devourer with Riptide Chimera. I've already went over the combo with Riptide Chimera, and then any enchantment, such as like Fate Foretold or even like the Brain Maggot or the Nyx Fleece Ram. Basically just bouncing it, and then with the Thassa's Devourers, getting the triggers off of those to mill. A deck like this would be really good with the Whitewater Naiads, which is another card that I wish I had but didn't. And then with Arbiter of the Ideal, there's another creature that basically when it untaps, I reveal the top card of my library, and then if it's an artifact, creature, or land, I may put it on the battlefield as with a manifestation counter, and that becomes an enchantment as well. So I wasn't able to, I did get a couple creatures off of it, which with Thassa's Devourer, you mill 2, and then with the Grim Guardian, you also take a life as well. And then I wasn't able to get Traveler's Amulet. It was just the only artifacts on my deck off of it. That would have been really cool. And then, yeah. So I also ran 7 swamps, 6 islands, and 2 plains. With the splash, the mana was okay. I didn't really need white early on or anything like that. I just mainly splashed white for the Ram, the Scholar Atheros, and the River Trawler sack ability, which costs 1 white, and get an artifact, enchantment creature into the battlefield. Back into your hand. Some other cards I also sided in was Nightmarish Inn against grindy decks where you're not really doing a lot, because you have a bunch of cards in your hand. You might as well, get Nightmarish Inn. And then of course like a null and stuff like that. A deck like this would have been really strong with like a card draw engine, such as what's that one card? Interpret the Signs would have been really good in this deck, because I could at least draw more than likely 3 cards, but there would have been really good 3 cards. Looking back, I was a little heavy on the removal, which is usually right, but it's, I have to make sure I get black on turn 3 or turn 4 in order for me to actually cast it. So looking back, maybe, I guess they were right picks, but that's why I got the extra swamp instead of the extra island. And as far as creatures, like nothing cast double black except for Grey Merchant, which you probably aren't going to play until like later on in the game. And then the double blue for the Shipwrecker Kraken and the Arbiter of the Ideal, which you can more than likely get to 2 mana or 2 islands by the time you get to turn 6. So my record, I went 2-3. Did not do too well. One match I actually milled out my opponent. He had 1 more card to draw and he was able to win the game. And then one match I did get aggroed out with red white. And then my last opponent I lost to. It was close as well. He was able to cast off the top a Artisan Sorrow to kill something, kill my only flyer, and he was able to swing through with his flyer. Looking back on it, maybe I should have picked more flyers in this deck. so I could just have something to go above the ground while my creatures on the ground are blocking. But I figured I could just get to the mill and, you know, and stuff. And the Shipwrecker Kraken, he can get through stuff, right? I didn't have any flyers or anything like that, but, well, I only have 2 flyers, the Riptide Chimera and the Arbiter. I wish I would have got more flyers, but, you know, that's the way the draft goes. But other than that, this deck was fun. I really enjoyed the interactions. I wish I could have won more, but, you know, lesson learned. And that's it. So just one more quick glance at the deck here. Alright, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. And you guys have a great day, or evening, or whatever. Peace.